Hey everyone out there in internet land, I'm Vinny,
I'm Joe.
and welcome back to the Retro Grab Bag Show. Today we are talking about Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. All right, so this came out 92,
Yes.
and I was in second grade. I remember seeing you plug this in, and for me, it was seeing split screen
Mm-hmm.
in a racing game or in any kind of game, really.
Yeah.
For the first time, I think it blew me away that we could be playing at the same time, and you're on a different place of the track than I am.
Right.
Like that was big. This is one of the best games ever. The battle system, like not just the battle mode, the fact that you had weapons in it. Now that wasn't new to games.
No.
Because we had plenty of Nintendo racing games that introduced weapons, but this was done in the Mario world, the Mario Racers. This blew me away when I was a kid seeing this. Do you remember your first impression?
I remember the game obviously growing up. Honestly, I don't have a first impression of it other than just sitting around and playing it. But I know it became big for me through high school when mainly a lot of my friends had it as well, and we would, like you said, huddle around, play split screen.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I remember it being really big when I had friends over and things like that, and playing that multiplayer. Then you get into all the tracks and trying to go through all the 50cc, 100cc,
Yes.
and if you were good enough, the 150.
Mhm.
And it was just fun. I mean, it was just really fun to
Oh my God, yeah.
even play by yourself. But
Definitely.
the big draw was, yes, I mean, playing against each other, nailing somebody with a red shell, and being in
Mhm.
that same room and making fun of them. And,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes throw a punch here or there in real life because of it.
I remember the game, like as soon as you got a handle on your favorite driver. I'm going to talk to you in just a second about that. But once you got through the 50 and the 100, the 150cc was difficult, but it was beatable, right? Even as a young kid. But then what happened? Rainbow fucking
Oh,
Road.
yeah.
I don't think I have finished Rainbow Road in the top 3 to this day.
Yeah. The Super Nintendo version, and being the Nintendo
Okay,
geeks
well,
we are,
yeah.
there's been many versions, and there's always,
Sure.
in every game, there's a Rainbow Road. I think in other versions I have beaten it, but this one, forget it. I mean, it's just,
It's unbelievable. I'm constantly falling off the
yeah,
edge, but
it's so difficult, and
it's a cool level, though.
especially when you go back and play it now, because if you get used to the current power slides, the way it's done now, and you go back to this, it's just so loose and weird. But
It's
but
hard.
back in the day, we
It's
were
unbelievably hard.
nailing the corners tight, and
Yeah.
we were great. So
Yeah, so environments. So you had like the Mario worlds that were kind of a racetrack. You had Ghost Valley. You had Bowser's Castle, stuff
Yep.
like that. I think Koopa Beach. What was your favorite of those? Because I think I know what it is, and it's mine too.
Ghost
The Ghost
Valley,
Valleys. You
if that's
got it.
if that's the actual name. I always call it like the haunted house level or whatever.
No,
But
I think it's Ghost Valley, but all of the stages kind of had these little shortcuts. Remember that?
yep.
Where if you would hit a jump at a certain spot, you jump over 5 people and land on this part of the track,
Yeah.
or the Ghost Valleys.
Yeah, it had that little where you had to have the feather to make that
Yes.
jump, and then once you made the jump, you had to stay on the tight platform. So if you're good enough, you could shave a couple seconds off.
Yeah. Now I
Um,
always thought that feather was complete garbage,
It's
and then we're like playing it more, and we're like, holy
For the
shit,
jumps,
you can cut in front of people.
yeah.
Yeah, totally amazing.
But with that one and the Toad character, I would match those two up, and for some reason,
Okay.
I was able to. I'll have to pull out my scores or times, but
Sure.
I remember cutting all the just grinding all those corners in, and if I was playing like against the computer, I'd have everybody lapped by the time I
Oh
won.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
would
you
take
wouldn't
first
take
place,
that much time.
but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I had everybody lapped. So
See, I thought that was going to be my only other question about this. I remember you being Mario a lot, or was that only in the beginning?
think
because I was Toad.
I was Toad just for that
Ah,
the Ghost Valley track.
now I got you.
You know what I mean? The other ones, yes, it was usually Mario or maybe later in the games I used to be the heavier guys like Donkey Kongs
See,
and things like that,
that's my
because if
other
you
spot.
if you were really good and you didn't bang off things, those were the best guys, I think.
They might start off really slow, and I eventually learned that too. If it was playing with you or just by myself later on, was I think I started to gravitate toward Bowser and Donkey Kong because once they got moving, you're plowing through people.
But if you're banging off the wall or banging off other players, forget it.
Yeah,
That's not the driver for you. So
you got to have control. Yeah. So we should definitely just play this.
Yeah.
Like maybe in the future, just play the game and see what happens. We played this game a lot when it came out. We also had something happen in the weather in 1992 called the Blizzard of '92. How epic was that? Can you explain what that is?
That was pretty epic because, like I said, when I got into this game, it was when I was in high school. So 1992, I believe I was a sophomore, and we got hit with a blizzard, and it was one of those childhood dream come trues because it just snowed for like a week. You know what I mean? So back in that day, there was obviously no internet, no cell phones. You actually had to huddle around the TV, waiting to see your school's name, which didn't usually happen until the morning of. But I believe that week, it was so bad that 8 o'clock at night, we knew we were off the next day. So it was just Super Nintendo, shoveling snow. Iced tea, Zimmerman's iced tea,
paper
chips,
route.
Paper route, all those crazy things. But it all just it really revolved around playing the games. Super Mario Kart was tops. To name a couple others, we hit Super Punch Out hard that same time frame. Secret of Mana, a whole bunch of really good. There was
a
games.
Ton.
But this was the best one.
The Super Tech Mobile or whatever the one for Super Nintendo was.
Oh, yeah, the football game.
Golf that we talked about earlier.
PGA Tour golf was our big one.
That's all we did. Like you said, it was shovel snow, not go to school, and play a lot of Super Mario Kart and Super Nintendo at the time because that was hot.
Yeah,
like that was it. That was what we had. It was a wonderful time.
And again, you were 7 years old. You said so.
Yeah.
It's good that you were able to get in with that group with us because I'm sure Jan was over and all those older guys that I hung out with. So that's another thing that was cool that you were always a part of all that too.
Yeah,
even though you're a
7-year-old
boy, obviously Matt was there too. But
exactly.
That's the special part. You know what I mean?
That's what
made we all did that.
I think that's why we still talk about that week today because you had everyone there. You had everyone in one spot. You know, it wasn't. Everyone was dispersed and crazy now.
Yeah.
We
were in the basement, pool table, all that good stuff was down there.
True too. Yeah, we still had we rocked the basement out too.
Yeah. And
after we shoveled ourselves out.
So that was just a really good time. And anytime you could stay home from school and play video games, that's a good day in my mind.
Yep. Only if it's snow though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, that ought to do it for this episode. Let us know if you have any questions or comments or suggestions for us in the future. All right, treat each other nice.